As a former Army kid, I grew up very used to moving around. Every 2 years or so, we'd pick up and move to a different spot based on where my dad was sent to, and even after we settled down in the US, we moved around the States often enough that it grew to be something I really became familiar with and kind of enjoyed. Whenever I unpacked, it was always a time for me to reflect on who I've been and who I could become. What would I choose to have as centerpieces of my new room, place on my desk or on my bed? Conversely, what would I choose to perhaps start tucking away and relegating to items that I officially kept just for memory's sake? Unpacking by Australian studio Witchbeam provides space and time for you to go through that very process as you play. You'll methodically take out and place every object you've packed away after a move, finding a cozy new spot for each item in your new home, and in the process, perhaps take some of that time for personal reflection. The demo currently progresses you through 2 moves, from a childhood room to unpacking perhaps what is your first apartment, and at its core, it is a meditative puzzle game. To unpack, you use your mouse to click and place items where you think they should go, and in the final game, there will be 8 different stages, presumably taking you through other significant life moves. While there are certain objects that should be placed in specific areas, pots and pans, for example, can't just be strewn about the floor, the game largely relies on your personal preference. Do you care if office supplies are left on the desk, or do you prefer a less cluttered workspace? Would you like to celebrate sports and put your trophy on display for all to see? Me? I was more about showing off all of my adorable stuffed animals. In the process of playing, unpacking not only feels immensely relaxing by just allowing you to feel a level of productivity and organization, but there's also a sense of respect and intention for each object. These are items you've chosen to keep after a move, so one would assume that they hold some significance or essential purpose, and with an almost Marie Kondo-esque sensibility, as you take each item out, you're giving it time, attention, and consideration. Does everything spark joy? Probably not, but differentiating what you're drawn to versus not can be a really interesting point to also think about. In the process of playing Unpacking, I had the opportunity not only to happily fuss over the details of where I'd love certain items to be in my new space, but I also got to reflect on how physical spaces can reflect the development and shifts within a person's life over time. Not simply what items one can find within a space, but where you choose to place them and what you choose to highlight or tuck away, those can tell you a lot about yourself and about other people. Unpacking was a joy to play. Yes, I am a person who loves cleaning and organization, but even if you don't tend to enjoy those things in real life, this game provides an opportunity for you to take a moment, breathe, and perhaps reflect a bit. Thank you for listening to this Indie-scovery. If you enjoyed this video, please do check out some of the others on this channel. From Let's Plays to curated lists, I do my best to cover indie games to help you find your next favorite title, particularly those that focus on intriguing worlds or emphasizing thoughtful narratives. And if you enjoy live streams, please find me on twitch.tv/Kimchica, where I go live 3 times a week playing, you guessed it, more indie games. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.